to destroy the mindsets of others that are supposed to come to one fold and make donations for us to go far. See, Ebubagu was created before Simon Ekpa came into the Biafran struggle, according to this Orpheum edit here. But did he allow Ebubagu to breathe after he came into the struggle? No, because Ebubagu is a terrorist declared and unveiled by the zoo governors against the Biafran people. He identified them and he did not allow them to breathe. So why are you people now giving breathing air to Ebubagu now? Why is NGOZI going to now recruit Ebubagu to make them love boys and girls? Prime Minister, when he was here, Biafrans never allowed Ebubagu to breathe. They did not give Ebubagu food. They went to make sure any Ebubagu terrorist that arises, they are taking off the way of killing our babies, women, and children. But at this very point, you people are actually the one taking over 50 million naira to go and give Ebubagu. You go and recruit Ebubagu against the Biafran Liberation Army. And then when Oyendu said, if you remain resolute, they will not succeed. The terrorists will not succeed. Yet, you come out to come and cry when you have not remained resolute. Because of your no resoluteness, you have seen the results coming out of your sarcastical mindset of what you have done.
If you stop now agitating for Biafra, I know you have not come with your pen and paper because I'm not on air. At Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Atlanta, I told you so. Yes. I am one. Spirit in human flesh. If you stop now, your children will never go home. And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no...
As long as we remain determined and focused, all of you have lost focus. Your focus is no more on the mandate and principles of the Biafra Liberation Forces. Mbano. Your focus now are on how to become the leader. How to become the leader is what all of you have in your heads now. How to become the leader is not how to remain focused and resolute. Oyendu's message as sacred. If you remain focused and resolute, you will overcome these terrorists. Now, because of you not remaining focused and resolute on the ball, you have allowed Ebubagu terrorists to now become your soldiers. And your women are coming out now to cry. They are crying on the same Ebubagu who are walking in line with the Fulani herdsmen.
way they will ever succeed.
No way will they ever succeed if you are like this. If you all remain resolute and fight for unity of purpose. By the time some of you prefers to destroy Prime Minister, you hit your chest and say, instead of you to bow down to the instruction of Prime Minister, to fall back to BRGIE, that you would rather take the money to go and fund Ebubagu, Who are you doing? Are you doing Sonny? Or are you doing Okenkere? Are you doing the Prime Minister? Are you doing the Biafran people? You are doing the Biafran people. You are not doing Sonny. You are not doing Prime Minister. You are not doing Okenkere. See, if some of you likes, you obey the instruction of the Prime Minister. If you don't like, you ignore the instruction of the Prime Minister. But remember that it is not the Prime Minister that you are doing all these things. It is not Sonny that you are doing all these things. It is not Okenkere. It is not the BRGIE. BRGIE is just the name of the government. The officials of BRGIE as Biafrans makes up BRGIE. But there is something sacred. The souls and spirit of the Biafrans in the homeland, whom because of your stupidity and wickedness, will lead them to their early graves in the hands of the Fulani terrorists. The liberation forces will not use their saliva to get their logistics. If the money that is supposed to be sent to them is now channeled to Ibubagu, to go and fund Ibubagu, do you expect the liberation forces to use their saliva or sand to get logistics to fight the terrorists? No. When the terrorists will come, they will overrun your communities. Who will be losing? Is it the liberation forces? Nah, not the liberation forces that will be losing. It is you that will be losing, thinking that you are doing the Prime Minister with your stubbornness and stupidity, or thinking that you are doing Sonny or you are doing Okenkere. Every nation that have finished the Declaration of Independence, the next line of action is to see that they embark on a total eviction, total delegitimization of the existence of the occupational terrorists of the former country that are in their land. And this is what I have been shouting after the convention, that we have a common enemy, we have a common problem, and that common problem is the liberation of the homeland. If you don't liberate the homeland and have control of it, you cannot talk of establishing laws. You cannot talk of implementing the constitution that we adopted in Helsinki or in Lati. You cannot talk of bringing out laws that will govern the people. Will the people be governed in exile? Will the people now have banks that will be working in exile? Will the people now have currencies that will be running in exile? Will the people now have court system that will be running in exile? Will the people now have a policing system that will be running in exile? Will they run a custom services that will be running in exile? Will they run immigration services that will be running in exile? Will they run a customary system that will be running in exile? Will they run policies that will only reign and stay in exile? You need your sovereignty in the homeland. You need to be in control of your homeland. The only way to achieve this, it is through the liberation of the homeland. This is why those that are taking Biafra money, standing on the way, turning your heads upside down, calling you to come and donate money for them to use to recruit Ibubagu commanders. This is the reason why they understand that Biafra remains just one level for us to get to the final point. That is why they have come and attack the liberation mood. The liberation mood, the liberation level is where we are now. That is why you see this attack on the finance coming. Because they know when the liberation mood is streamlined and everybody go with one force and in one direction, all the donations are going through one source. The liberation in the homeland will get to gear 100. You will sit down today and hear that so place in the homeland where the zoo terrorists of Nigeria are occupying have been dislodged. Tomorrow, before you sleep and wake up, you hear that another place has been dislodged. Tomorrow, you hear that another place has been dislodged. Tomorrow, you hear that another place has been dislodged. Gradually, we are taking over. Gradually. Before you know it, we have taken over 1/3 of Biafra land from the hands of the occupational terrorists. Those that are coming to destroy your minds, to tell you that they are the ones in charge, that BRGIE is not the government, that they have to register a new government. This is the secret that they understand. They understand that the secret of the success of the Biafra liberation in the next phase is the final stage of the Biafra sovereignty, which will gain you the recognition. This is why they are fighting it. So if you are a willing tool, if you have made yourself a servant to this very cause of being used by the enemies of Biafra, know that you are actually fighting against the liberation in the homeland. Know that you are fighting against the over 80 million Biafrans that are in the homeland, suffering and facing the brunt of one Nigeria for years. And there is a very important message from Oyendo. If we stop what we are doing now, our people will die. If we stop what we are doing now, our people will die. If we stop what we are doing now, our women and children will be wailing on a daily basis in the hands of the Fulani terrorists. Those you have in abroad will not have a home to come back to. So it is time to stop the play.
Never. If you stop now agitating for Biafra, those who left back home will die. Never. I know you have not come with your pen and paper because I'm not on air. I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. If you stop what you're doing, our people will die. Yes. Because when it starts happening, I will tell you on the 30th of May 2019 at Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Atlanta, I told you so. Yes. I am a man. Spirit in human flesh. If you stop now, your children will never go home. And as long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they will ever succeed.
As long as we remain determined and focused, there is no way they can ever succeed. Have you been determined and focused since after the convention? No! You have not been determined and focused. And because of your inability and stubbornness of not being determined and focused, it has led to these women and children that you see wailing here in Enugu. Are you happy? You must be happy. Look at them. Have you been determined and resolute? Oyendu said, as long as you remain determined and resolute, the Fulani terrorists would not succeed in killing a Biafran. But because you have not been determined, focused, and resolute to continue on what will expunge and stop every Fulani terrorist from entering one part of Biafra land, the money that you should have resolutely sent to the liberation forces to get logistics and fight the terrorists, you now send the money to Bubagu. You are the one funding Bubagu now to have their two legs on ground. But yet, when you see videos like this, all of you will share.
This is women on.
Many of you are happy, right? Many of you are happy because the Biafra Liberation fundraising that you are supposed to do to channel to the liberation forces in the homeland to combat the terrorists in one fold. You divided it into 70 is to 30%. You take 70%, you go and give to Bubagu terrorists. And the Bubagu terrorists use the money to finance the Fulani Islamic jihadist terrorists, who in turn comes into these communities and kill at random. Then, the rest of you now sit on the fence, thinking that Sonny will become a failure, that Prime Minister will become a failure, that Okenkere will become a failure. Prime Minister, mind you, is in detention. He is not dead. He is not. Blood is still flowing in his veins. He set up precepts and precedents of how Biafra land can be defended, how Biafra land can be protected against the terrorists and the assailants. But in his absence, all of you decided to carry the money that should have gone to the Biafran government for the liberation of the homeland. You decided to go and give it to NGOZI to use it and fund a Bobago. Now, the way these women and children are wailing and crying, you are clapping, you are happy. Your own is to use it to make videos so that you can get money. Tomorrow, you will see many of the bloggers, those that even claim to have been very staunch Biafran supporters of Biafran government. They will make videos with this and say, Yamufu has been taken over by Fulani terrorists. So Yamufu is in the hands of Fulani terrorists. So the first question you should ask yourself is, since Prime Minister was called for interrogation and detained, since you see that the Yamufu is in the hand of Fulani terrorists as you claim, but yet you still see these human beings coming out from the same Yamufu to do the protest. If Yamufu was totally deserted, at least these human beings wouldn't still be alive now, Abi. All of them for don't quite finish. If Yamufu was totally deserted, we wouldn't have seen anybody to protest. Okay, let us come back to reality. You saying that the Yamufu is on rampage the way you claim and say it. What have you done to help the Biafra Liberation Army to destroy the terrorists? Is it by making to go viral online, where everybody will watch and then you collect money at the end of the month from your social media? And then you will be asking those that say they are in charge of the defense, those that say they are in charge of the men on ground, what are they doing to Yamufu? But you that is making such video, you cannot post the flyer of the Biafra Liberation Fundraising. You cannot open your platform and spend 3 hours, talk to Biafrans and educate them, both home and abroad, that they all have to bring out their tithe and offering and come to the Biafran government BRGIE fundraising and support, so that this money can be used to channel to the liberation in the homeland, to defend the homeland. You cannot join the same fundraising. You cannot even pay up your channel to stream out the fundraising. You cannot identify yourself with the fundraising of the Biafran government. You cannot come and support. You cannot come and televise it. You cannot create your time to create awareness for the fundraising. You cannot come and speak to Biafrans and say, Biafrans, we know we have existential threat. We have a common problem, yet there are quagmires around us because we are this kind of people that are very stubborn. But yet, the right thing to do is for you to come and make your donations through the BRGIE. channel every donation to this point. Some of you that have big platforms, the best thing that you could do when Prime Minister was detained is for you to come out and say, you want Biafra government to come and buy your platform and pay you money. Yes. You want Biafra government to come and pay you money for platform, for social media platform, for YouTube and for Facebook accounts. Because it is the money that you need. It has never been the Biafra liberation or freedom that you are fighting for. So while Biafrans are dying, and while Prime Minister is in detention, while Onyendu is in detention, that is when you want to come and sell platform and make money and then go and sleep. Then when you see that people have been massacred, you now come back to come and be doing program and be asking. Those of you that say you are in charge of the men on ground, what are you doing with the money? Ask yourself first the question, what are you doing with your platform? How are you creating the Biafra awareness to all these people to know where to go and make the donation? How are you making your stand for them to know that the right thing to do is to come and join the BRGIE and create awareness and then educate everybody, let them know the right thing to do. Come and make your donation and put it in one purse. Is it when the fire is burning, you run to go and hide? And then when you see that there is light at the tunnel, you run back to come and carry the first lantern, and you start shouting, I am pointing the lantern, oh, I am pointing the lantern, oh. Fundraising, you cannot join. Your platform, you cannot use it to televise the fundraising. You cannot even use 3 hours or 4 hours or even 10 minutes or 20 minutes to do a program advertising and promoting the fundraising flyer or fundraising that is coming up or town hall meeting, thereby inviting everybody to come over and join the fundraising when it is time, which will in turn garner more audience, bring more participation, and bring everyone to one fold. We all have roles to play. But when you now think that you have to stand on defense, then when babies and children and women are massacred, you now come and start shouting, you are a bunkum. You are contributing no factor. You are as worst as Ngozi Fulani, who is actually deceiving some Biafrans, collecting money from them, and then using the money to go and recruit Ibubago. You are one and the same thing. You are even worse than her. Because you that stand and see that they are planning evil, and you cannot call evil evil. You cannot tell people, don't go here because it is evil. You are making a very big mistake. Onyendu said, for as long as you remain resolute and focused on this Biafran mandate, it will be impossible for these terrorists to massacre your women and children and go scot-free. But because you did not remain resolute, because you decided to shift the table which Prime Minister kept and arranged, you wanted to form your own government when the Prime Minister is not there. Another question that Biafrans should ask your Honorable Fulani woman that is taking your Biafran money to Ibubago, the question you should ask is, if you claim to answer DPM USB Nigeria, Prime Minister, on hearing all this saga, can't even place a call to you, but he can place calls to some of us. No, but you be that. He sent the first message through the attorney. You call the attorney criminal. You call the attorney miscreant. All manner of names you have called the attorney. Every message he sent, you call the attorney criminal. Now, the Prime Minister that you claim and you are using his name, that said, stop using my name because what you're doing is stalking my release. He cannot send message to you directly. He cannot also the Deputy Prime Minister that does not exist. The Deputy Prime Minister which made herself a Deputy Prime Minister by herself alone, without anybody voting her into any position. Why is it that the Prime Minister cannot call you as he has called other people, or send message direct to you as he has sent to other people? Do you know why? One, from the betrayers of trust, Prime Minister cannot call you. Those Prime Ministers have called and sent messages through. The messages are confidential and not meant for public usage. And they have confidentially kept the promises to those messages, because if they take it to public, it is going to be used against the Prime Minister in court. The few messages that Prime Minister have sent to you through his attorney, you have brought it to the social media already. And that makes what? That makes a breach of confidentiality. The message that the attorney communicated to you privately and said, this is a one-on-one communication that I had with PM. He instructed me to tell you this. You brought that message and blew it down there in the media on Twitter. Tell me. And then you are using his official letterhead and his official seal of office and stamp, and on behalf of the Prime Minister, somebody that is standing trial, and you are impersonating the person. You did not just stop there. Every structure that is set up, you came and cancelled. Prime Minister build, you destroy. Prime Minister build, you destroy. Prime Minister build, you destroy. You destroy, you destroy. The IOU loan that Biafran people unveiled on his mandate, you destroy, you say IOU loan is a scam. The Biafra Defense Force headquarters that was unveiled in Helsinki 2023, you came out and said they are kidnappers, they are criminals, they are fraudulent, it doesn't represent you. You are going to do your own recruitment. Your own recruitment that you went to do landed where? Landed in a Bubago recruitment. It is a Bubago that you now go to recruit. You did not see any other young man in the Biafran region to regroup them and send them for training. The only people that you saw were Ebubagu. 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 Prime Minister did not tell Biafran people that they have to go and work with Ebubagu. The zoo governors created Ebubagu. But what did you do? In your own time, you went to go and bring Ebubagu to come and fight Biafra Liberation Forces. All of you are causing the problems that you find yourselves today, that these women here find themselves today. Those of you in America, Europe, UK, that are funding NGOZI Ebuba's Agu fundraising, you are the ones putting these women in this predicament. Because if you don't deviate the money that is meant for the Biafra liberation to NGOZI to use it for Bubagu recruitment, these women will not be willing here. And you think that you are doing Sonny? You'll be using Sonny's name to do broadcasts, to put his name as criminal, traitor. Do you now see what you have done to these women? You expect the Biafra Liberation Forces to use saliva to go and fight the terrorists, right? While over 50 million naira was taken to Ebubagu, and 80 million naira was used for propaganda marching by NGOZI or Abofulani USB group. They prefer to fund Ebubagu and make useless with the money of Biafra than to put in the money into the Biafran government for us to use the money and fight the terrorists that are actually fighting our women and children. Can you see the irony that surrounds these people?
Life is a process. No matter how you go about it. Mercy Okechukwu Omali Chemoke. The Biafra Republic of International Finance Minister is humbly campaigning for global Biafra financial support for the purpose of Finland Convention, Biafran Defense Forces, and redeclaration-related activities. I appreciate all Biafrans who are supporting our liberation movement. Yep.
Thank you. We must continue because we have to go with speed. Now, let me play the video of the Ebubagu. This is Ebubagu unveiled in 2021. Ebubagu was unveiled by the zoo governors. Umahi unveiled Ebubagu. Umahi unveiled Ebubagu on the 22nd of December 2021. Umahi unveiled Ebubagu. Umahi unveiled Ebubagu. Now, I want you to listen to the message from Umahi. The reason of unveiling Ebubagu and why Ebubagu must come to be. So those of you that are embracing Ebubagu today and using Ebubagu to fight the Biafra liberation, I want to remind you the purpose which Ebubagu was unveiled. For you to know that you are not doing anything that has anything aligned with the mandate of the Biafran people. Everything that you are doing is for the zoo terrorist government. The zoo terrorist government and their mandate is what you guys are doing. Umahi will explain to you from this video the reason and the purpose which they unveiled Ebubagu. That it is to come and fight and expunge everybody that are in the bushes fighting the terrorist Fulani Islamic Jihad. Who are those in the bushes that were fighting to expunge the terrorist Fulani Islamic Jihad? It was the ESN. ESN were unveiled as a child of necessity to expunge and sweep off the Fulani terrorists that were in Biafra land. that were cutting off heads of babies, women, and children of Biafra. I remember Onyendu calling on all these evil elders and governors and ministers and told them they should set up a security network to combat the terrorist menace in Biafra land. And what did they reply, Onyendu? They told Onyendu that Onyendu is in abroad, that Onyendu knows nothing about the way they are running their policies in the homeland, that Onyendu should not decide for them, Onyendu should not advise them, Onyendu should not even tell them what they should do, that Onyendu should focus in abroad, that he knows nothing about the security or the day-to-day running of their politics in the homeland. And the massacre of Biafrans continued until Onyendu saw that there is need for us to take a swift action. That is how you all slept and saw that ESN was unveiled in December 2020. Yes. And when these people saw that Onyendu had unveiled ESN for Biafran people, and Biafran people are working with the ESN to destroy the terrorists that have come to kill their women and children, pastors and bishops of the homeland were testifying of the good work of ESN. We still have the videos of Father Mbaka singing the praises of ESN, who are fighting the terrorists to make sure they disappear from our lands, and that our women and children and he himself was able to now make his farm produce without the disturbance and distractions and problems of the Fulani terrorists. So, to be able to demean the effectiveness of the ESN, to be able to demean the effectiveness of the Biafran People's Security Network, these evil slave boys gathered on the order of the Fulani government from Abuja and decided to unveil Ibubagu. The sole aim of unveiling Ibubagu was to come and fight the Biafra liberation, not to come and fight the terrorists. Ibubagu was unveiled on the mandate of coming to do what? Target the Biafra liberation. Anyone that is standing out to defend the Biafran people, the work of Ibubagu was to make sure they take the person down. I want all of you to listen to the inauguration and the reason why Ibubagu was unveiled. Then you now ask NGOZI Orabufulani with a group of USB Nigeria why they will now take Biafra money to go and fund this Ibubagu instead of funding the Biafra Liberation BDF. Now, I want you people to listen very attentively so that you will pick point by point to understand and know why Ibubagu was unveiled and to what purposes. So that when you see somebody that is going to recruit Ibubagu and use Ibubagu to fight against the Biafran people, you know where that person is standing. Before we continue, I am going to play the voice of Caterpillar Ebubagu commander, where he is advising Ngozi. After I play it, I will also play Agayarama's argument and confirmation. We do go 247. Yes. Confirming about that day Ngozi Orabufulani recruited Ebubagu. And thereafter, I will now come to conclude with this message of who? Dave Umahi. When you will now hear Dave Umahi speak, you will now know the conclusion part. Now listen to Caterpillar advising Ngozi Orabufulani. He will even be telling you that all the men that have led Biafra liberation, that they are criminals. So that means Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a criminal. Ojukwu is a criminal. Philip Effiong is a criminal. Ife Jona is a criminal. Ajose is a criminal. Nnamdi Azikiwe is a criminal. Obozi is a criminal. Prime Minister is a criminal. Wazirike is a criminal. According to Caterpillar, advising Ngozi, this is when he was giving her these vibes so that she can be able to release the over 50 million naira to him. And today, they cannot find him again with the money. So listen to the advice he was giving to Ngozi. Thereafter, I will play the confirmation message of Ugo and Adarama confirming it also. Then we will come back to who? Ebubagu inauguration by Dave Umahi. So that you connect the dots and understand when we are saying those funding Ebubagu, they are doing it on the mandate of making sure that the next stage and the next phase of the liberation of Biafra, after the declaration of the restoration of independence in Lati, does not go in a streamline, because the next stage should have been very brutal, which is the eviction of the remaining terrorists and existence of one Nigeria in Biafra land. But they have to start bringing up all these things, Ebubagu, to come and go in and start killing people and mix up so that distraction will come. The finance will now enter in chaos, where the Biafra liberation forces will not have enough logistics to be able to go and do their work. And this will now dampen the effect of the liberation. It will keep us stuck in one place. We will not go forward, we will not come back. Listen.
Onion and Olia, Commander Caterpillar. There are some certain things we need to understand in this movement. We make mistake, and we need to correct ourselves very fast. That is a reality. That is a reality. Make mistake, correct yourself, because we are human beings, we are not God. One thing the fellow is that at any time I'm gonna want you, but she don't want to struggle, mother to not everybody. And don't walk in there, so I have forgotten that none of them are just a criminal. They're just using us. You know, my men know now every day because of Biafra. That nobody is asking about them. Nobody is asking anything about them. If I know that call, Akorojeba, and Azo Okwa, that all of us are fighting for one thing. Let me tell you. And when there's another Naya Bokosha in the boat, go to the Boria. Iya Bokosha in him, and if I am Boko, his authority and all. I'm a that kind of person. I don't know why I get Biafra. We follow him, follow her bomba to bomba. Because I'm seeing that some people is out of breeding. Okay, what a Biafra, and we're going to Zorala. Zobrute Mahazoala. I see a photo of Tala before it's over with it. The photo of Zobuta Manezotavala. The photo of all Quag in a Biafra land when they wanted a Biafra. Because of one and then you need to lose some people. They got low dog. You need to see some people now, but I'm promised to bring peace to them. And I thank God that I have talking to some people. They are saying reason on me. Let us be together is not a sin. If you don't want to be together, you step aside. If people want to be together, continue. This is a freedom. This is a fight. And this is not a Biafra world. I didn't let mother house. So, NGOZI Ohabeze, you are our sister, and we are your brother. We are the one that fighting this struggle. We are the one GC Arombo. And you want some your people Busaraga name enemy. But I'm an enemy garden. Please, the mother, I want you to keep it up. Don't look for anybody. Don't listen. Don't be gossip. Because also certain things bring spoil. I am able to problem in this thing. Don't look for anybody. Don't be Dembo. Even make your own pattern better than Simon said. Be the great. Be the hero. On your Biafra I support. Because I cannot be a place which you will say, let's keep him quiet. That's why I love Fulanis. If they want to do something, they do it. Before Gabata. This is time, let us do that in Gabata. Please, as you are a pilot us well. Pilot our brothers well. Pilot our citizens.
That is Caterpillar giving her advice. And money was released, over 50 million naira. And now he has disappeared, he's nowhere to be found. He said in that video, the men that have laid us before are criminals, which is our own Wazirike and Prime Minister.
So I go see Oluta what the name of the 40th state of Biafra, and everybody can walk. Yahweh Bubago, you now walk in the 40th state of Biafra. Ndubuko, I now condemn Nigeria. The mele crew to the Buku Haram. So now the Pente, the Buku Haram, Tinyana, and Ebratava Nibuna, Bobusia. Now a Bubago, who put the Pente, the Bubago, but even a defense indeed. Ekenekwe PPA mumele spell all the DPA monokuru. So I go see a PPA mumele spell. Oluta what the name of the 40th state of Biafra, and everybody can walk. Yahweh Bubago, you now walk in the 40th state of Biafra. Ndubuko, I now condemn Nigeria. The mele crew to the Buku Haram. So now the Pente, the Buku Haram, Tinyana, and Ebratava Nibuna, Bobusia. Now a Bubago, who put the Pente, the Bubago, but even a defense indeed.
Now, you listen to that, right? Let me play another one.
Was contracted to go and stop them. Caterpillar went there and moved. This Caterpillar, the man that you're about, Caterpillar is a hero. Caterpillar, if not for Caterpillar, die. The killing.
people don't know.
Hey!
And this and that other one don't even know. All she knows is that somebody told her that caterpillar is now she carry it.
Let me tell you something. We go 247. Before Caterpillar joined, the first time I got a Caterpillar, on a message Caterpillar leave, which I have the message. I'm not gonna make play here. I still have that message. The first to telephone communication, Caterpillar have with you no one. Kita can Amado Musa and then Quacha safe. No, defense minister. According to own defense. I have the message. Caterpillar leave from Bank and Nomana. Caterpillar is coming back. I just keep quiet and watching. The first contact, unna Caterpillar wele, we nye Caterpillar go, koje go and walk. Name will me. For how long? For how many days? No one know what they yo. Caterpillar no, but don't wait to find Caterpillar again. And I got Caterpillar na phone go deliver. Nobody sick. We got 247. But what's up? We got 247. I don't think we met you one. Oh, one penny to the man. It ain't even now, baggy. Only Papa Taparago, they make a mistake. I'm going to name. Why is that you can't use it in there? Ada pipe low. Ada, go down. Ada, I'm breaking them. No matter the pain, swallow many things. Ada, please. Ada, the boy. Ada, them banana. No matter the pain, please, calm down. Calm down. Ada, calm down. For but to be calm down. Nem, calm down. Kind of again.
Oh, Caterpillar. She don't even know what Caterpillar came to do.
EFIK.
Caterpillar is not coming to take anybody's position. Government of Nigeria contracted so many people to come and fight against Biafra. Does that make them Nigeria army?
You see, somebody, Caterpillar will has by Western security network, put on social media now black. On one even this guy in the rock. Ebe will has it out. Who go 247 no? Bakuozo. Who go one never singy bakuozo. Who go one never singy bakuo. Ezi one never. I say bange bakuozo. Who go one never bakuozo. Ezi one never zukweke. Ezi one never nje maugo chukwe. Aselengege bakuo. We go 247. We go. I support Panalo. Umazia Caterpillar Burkedifi Agwafa. Now support the government. Eastern Security Network, this man Buru. We go 247. No one in K Burunki Baze Burgala Vaila. Habu Nale again, Yea Jesu Taife. We go 247. Caterpillar will go this guy, and if you will become on social media, native boy up at Opie, who go 247 Dibia Bowaland, you will keep pota. We may porn with somebody up at Opie and they spell in life. Pafuno Baloo Neki. Wouldn't do support to whom has they were put over to defend their land. Cassie and I can go to 247 on time.
Government of Nigeria contracted Asari Dokubo boys to come and fight in the kidnap and they harvest innocent citizens in Biafra. Does that make them the Nigeria army?
You see, the one of the people got 257. So, I want a caterpillar, one caterpillar, oh yeah, make it caterpillar to one Biafran Liberation Army. So, hey, nah, I don't know what to do and I don't know what to say. So, we go 247. Yeah, we don't imagine about caterpillar, can I use one ya? If I use it, I don't want ya. Oh, no, just your go, ya move. Oh, don't want ya. Say, I get out because of the Burundi mother. Yeah, I was the caterpillar need money. He need money. And without the money, we want after to come and go. And if you meet these people, caterpillar is a Bubago man. A Bubago. No, each one caterpillar. We wouldn't know you join the one. That this in man operation we don't get here because I am black on. Caterpillar is an Anambla on the atrocity. Abomination young Anambla or Calamie. Oh, now go 247. Push you too much. I will bring out voice. Ndi no law go. Na beba no ni member back na agba na ya walk. We go 247. I'm not coming here. But let me tell you something. That government in HNL like it not going very good though. For you to come out here and talk on you are not doing the government good. I'm not going to know one will you get it okay. It's a good new one that we in that we. When you over 15 million. Over 15 million. Kenya the caterpillar. Nowhere to find the caterpillar. And I cried out. And I shout. And I scream. No, you go. Nobody listened to me. Over 15 million. Over 15 million. Over 15 million. Kenya the caterpillar. Nowhere to find the caterpillar. And I cried out. And I shout. And I scream. No, you go.
Now that you have had the confirmation, so that you will not say Sonny made it up now, I want to now go and play the inauguration video of Ebubago now. You will now hear Ebubago, real commander, that unveiled Ebubago, telling you the objective of what Ebubago was created for. Then after now, you go and ask NGOZI Orabo Fulani, how come you are now going to take Ebubago that was recruited and launched and unveiled by the governors of one Nigerian terrorist and carry Biafra money to go and give them? Listen to the Ebubago real commander that unveiled Ebubago here.
See these very gallant men and women that are the best of the Southeast Security Outfit and my State Command. Let me say before now, we've always had vigilantes called the neighborhood watch. And when our people insisted that we must have uniformity in our local chiefs, I can say that over 60% of the governors have accepted to this Ebubago law. That our state was the second to do this, and the first was Imo State. And that is the law of the state on Ebubago. passed by the State House of Assembly will not fold their hands. We have extended olive branch to all our youths that are in the bush.
We have extended olive branch to all our youth that are in the bushes. Listen very well, oh. This was unveiled after ESN was unveiled to comb the terrorists in the bushes. When Soludo came, you heard Soludo said, those in the bushes, I have reached out to them to come and lay down their arms and take amnesty. He said, I have negotiated with the IBOBDOS, and they said they are not part of the criminals. He said they have laid down their arms and they are working with him. Now, listen to Omai. Omai is telling you we cannot fold our arms and watch the youth, those in the bushes, who claims they have been deceived to be fighting for Biafra. Who are those that were in the bushes? Were ESN in your houses? No. ESN were unveiled to be in your bushes to comb the terrorists. The Biafra Liberation Army today that was unveiled in Helsinki in 2024, they are not in the houses, in the communities where you are sleeping, enjoying yourself. They are in the bushes, in the cold, watching to keep Biafra land safe from the terrorists.
By the State House of Assembly will not fold their hands. We have extended olive branch to all our youths that are in the bush, being brainwashed.
The bush being brainwashed, that all the youth that are in the bushes that are being brainwashed. So they describe ESN then as youth that are in the bushes being brainwashed about Biafra, being brainwashed about the Fulani terrorists that came to cut off heads of our babies and women and children. You all know the story that surrounds the emergence of Eastern Security Network. So, Ibubago was unveiled to go after and destroy Eastern Security Network, and also as Eastern Security Network later metamorphosed into the Biafra Liberation Army, their sole aim and objective is to see that they bring them down. Somebody that is going to recruit Ibubago terrorists to come and fight the Biafra liberation today, what is the objective of that person?
Not fold their hands. We have extended olive branch to all our youths that are in the bush, being brainwashed. The governors of counties are bound to empower them and to turn them to a more useful members of our society.
These are the same words and pronouncements that Soludo made, that they offer amnesty to Eastern Security Network, that they should leave the bushes and then come out and join them. Yes. So those that accepted went out to go and join the Bubago and become the Bubago. Those that knew what Biafra meant, they continued to defend Biafra land against the terrorists. So those that went to join the Bubago now became terrorists against the Eastern Security Network and the Biafra Liberation Army today. Those that went to join the Bubago now are now working with the Zoo terrorist government. The Fulani Islamic jihadis that marches in to come and cut heads of babies and women to pieces. You sleep and wake up, you see dead bodies in Imo State and Enugu, in Uli, and you were crying. You're not asking, how come? Who lead them to your houses? How do they know that these houses are only domiciled by Biafrans? Why did they go to houses of fellow Muslims like them? No. It is the work of the Ebubagu who are working with them that made it possible. Today, you people are making donation to give NGOZI Fulani, and she's using it to fund the same Ebubagu. You have had the two videos that I played here, confirmations from left, right, center, that they are using the fundraising donation that they are making to go and fund Ebubagu, instead of sending the money to Biafra Liberation Forces.
And so I want to warn that Ebubagu is not there to fight any illegal or legal organization, but is there to assist the police to round out criminals. And
Ebubagu is there to assist the police, the terrorists of one Nigeria in uniforms. Remember that anything carrying weapon in Biafra land, we have declared them terrorists. Biafran people have declared them terrorists. Yes. Because they are carrying the weapons to come and kill Biafrans. Because what they do is that they use the weapons to extort and kill and maim Biafrans on the way, in their houses, in their communities, and everywhere they go. So, the sole aim of Ebubagu, from what you hear their commander, is to assist the Zoo terrorist government to make sure you don't breathe. As far as you call Biafra, you don't breathe.
to deal with them according to the law of Nigeria.
To deal with them according to the laws of Nigeria, because they have to promote Nigeria. You see, those that are recruiting Ebubagu with Biafra money, they are empowering Nigerian terrorist government to slaughter you. Listen up, to make the law of Nigeria to have a stand against your life.
We have only one constitution, and anybody operating outside that constitution is operating illegally.
Ebubagu is upholding the Constitution of 99 Constitution of Nigeria. The 1999 Constitution of Nigeria, Ebubagu is upholding it. Ebubagu is standing to defend the 1999 Constitution of Nigeria. So everything that has to do Nigeria is what Ebubagu is working for. Ebubagu is not to defend you as a Biafran, but to defend Nigeria. So those that went to carry Biafra money to go and recruit Ebubagu and give Ebubagu, the Ebubagu commanders have collected the money and scamper. Now they have gone for another Ebubagu commander, Sapele. I'm just reminding you to know the duties and the works and the purposes of Ebubagu commanders. That the Ebubagu will not unveil for you. The Ebubagu will unveil for one Nigeria, to kill anything Biafra. Anything that will arise and speak Biafra, Ebubagu is to do what? Kill them.
And the law does not allow that. It is therefore
the law of Nigeria does not allow you to breathe, so Ebubagu must take you off.
my pleasure, to the glory of God, and to great appreciation of all those working with me, the ESCO members, the House of Assembly members, the judiciary, elders council, founding fathers, local government council, the security agencies, especially the police, and the good people of the Ebonyi State, to launch Southeast security outfit called the Ebubagu Ebonyi State Command, to the glory of God. And we shout amen. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Yes, the Ebubagu is back in Ebonyi State. God bless you. Thank you.
This is how Ebubagu came to be. Umahi unveiled Ebubagu. Ebubagu came to breathe. Some of you are now promoting Ebubagu. You are giving money to Ebubagu. You are paying Ebubagu to buy yourselves. You are paying Ebubagu to protect Nigeria. You are paying Ebubagu to protect Nigeria with your own money. Anyone that wants to join the studio for comment, you can click the link in the comment section and join the studio. I see that the link does not also come out on the Twitter comment section. Let me see if I can post the link to the Twitter comment section for those that want to join from the Twitter comment section. So when they are telling you, Ebubago, 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 this is how it came to be. This is how Ebubago came to be. Ebubago was unveiled by the Zoo terrorist government. And now they have given power to some of you to go and use the same Ebubago to fund them. You deceive Biafrans, collect their money, use it to fund Ebubago. I want to see all those people that were commenting nonsense in the comment section. Now that you have seen how Ebubago came to be, the mandate that Ebubago was unveiled for, come and defend Ebubago now. Come and defend those that are using Biafra money for Ebubago. Come and defend them and clap for them. So that I see that your brains are working perfectly okay. They know and understand that after the declaration of Biafra in Lati 2024, that the next thing we have to do is to intensify the liberation in the homeland, thereby flushing out the terrorists. Flushing out the terrorists. So to be able to truncate these processes, they have to recruit some of you, give some of you mandate and assignment to come and poison the minds of many Biafrans. So that one, the funds that are going to the liberation will be truncated halfway. The formidability, the consistency, the togetherness, the fast track on the funding will stop halfway. The strength and the firepower of the liberation in the homeland will stop halfway. So that while you are trying so hard and trying so much to see that we get to the next stage, you will hang off halfway. Now, there's something I want to address. The media team, if you are a Biafran and you are in the media, I have given this message before and I'll continue to give. Every food that the Biafra Defense Forces serves are not for you. These food are meant for the enemies of Biafra. When you see Biafra Defense Forces drop one message or another or one video, these messages are not for you. These videos are not for you. These videos are for the enemies of Biafra to dine with. That is the food that is dropped for them. Whether you hear that from that video they say one commander is fighting another commander, it is not your food to consume. It is the food that is served for the enemies of Biafra. Whether you hear that one commander said they want to go to another commander's house or another commander's home and talk to another commander, It is not for you. Stop dabbling into issues that you don't know and it is not meant for you. Concentrate on your media awareness. Don't go and make any post or start explaining anything. Don't go and interpret what you don't know. There are many videos that have emanated from the Biafra Defense Forces recently. Post the video the way you see it. If you want to post. If you don't want to post, if you don't want to share, if you don't want to like, walk past the videos. Don't start interpreting or explaining the video. It is not for you. Those that understands the message, that knows that this message is for them, they know what the message means. Biafra Defense Forces have dropped videos or series of videos recently. Those messages are not for you, Biafrans in the media. The videos and the messages are for those that concerned. They are getting the message. Don't go and analyze any of them. And don't go and start DMing anybody and asking questions. Don't go and open program and start analyzing or discussing it. It is not for you. It is a food that is cooked and served for the enemies of Biafra. They will continue to eat the food and eat the food and eat the food till their belly blow off. Oof. That food is not served for you. That food is served for the enemies of Biafra. This is what all of you need to understand. Because every time you will see Biafra Defense Forces come and drop video, some of you will now go and sit down and want to start analyzing. Some of you want to go and start asking questions. The video is not for you. The food was not served for you. It is not for you to consume or swallow, comprehend. Those that have committed crimes against the Biafra Defense Forces, the food, those videos are for them. They are the ones that need to go and start analyzing and digging and asking questions and getting confused. It is not for you. Leave it. Don't go and write anything or comment anything. You can share it and then you leave it. The enemies will go and swallow the food. The food will hook them on the neck because the food is for them alone. And those of you sending me messages from accounts on Twitter X about Amazonia, commenting a Twitter X account on saying that is Amazonia commenting on the Biafra Defense Force. I will block many of you if you continue to send me those messages. Yes, I'm telling you now, I'll block many of you. Because you fold your arms, you sit down, you hear that the Biafra Defense Forces will attack criminals and kidnappers. Let me play the video again. I love to give you evidences when I'm saying anything. When you see any video or any comment by anybody in the media, you now start picking on it without knowing anything. You are not to comment or start dabbling into things you don't know anyhow. Leave those that know it. Since you don't know anything about it, just keep quiet and don't send me any nonsense. You send me any nonsense, I'll block you. Yes, because I have a lot on my hands already. So coming to disturb me is another load. Now listen to this. This is for the idiots you call Holy Ghost. That idiot talking rubbish. These are how you people tell us lies. So you have finished the terrorists. But go to your land. How many days? Enemy is not around.
got it, give to their boys. Before you give it to their boys, where is their honor, my brothers? I can categorically confess it to you. But since they have disgraced themselves, let me bring it to social media. They do kidnapping. Yes, when I don't do kidnapping, these criminals, even these two, was telling you, oh, we are men on the ground. We are you people not collecting money from politicians. Everything man are going now. All the people are doing one. So the criminal, the one telling you that he's a success, formally they presented it as Simon CA. It's the ones, this called the Butosa. I don't want this human being. Butosa killed our people. He was threatened to return to this thing. There are you people not here. People that you can do 419 is people who joined this very struggle recently. Butosa, if you are here 2021 when this thing started, you will hear loads of exposition involving Butosa. How they tied our men. The great men that we are tied in this very struggle, we are used by Butosa. And he was later pardoned. We are you people not here. Make una come carry me, make I defend una today. Today is the last. Ndoshi, who is Chiamaka Jerry? No, when somebody may defend you, why? Because they are going to do your talk, why you have to get your talk, Manada to you are in the categories of Akara. Ajadele, Anasna, no guru. Wow, me, wow. I'm going to be able to read that. Never hear that. See that nobody. Then, this is how they keep on sending pictures of if you know I'm you know me. Nobody needs to tell you who I am. Or spiritual. Deactivate your money. Because I used to say it. Where I stand is in Biafra. Anybody that is not in Biafra, una go crash you. Deactivate your money from that account. Because if you make donation there, your money will depreciate.
Now, those of you that are sending me those messages or circulating all those nonsense, that Biafra army should not be speaking on the media or saying anything on this and that. Where were you when this idiot here made this video? Where were you when they were calling the Biafra Defense Forces criminals and kidnappers? And they even make programs like this advising other people to remove their visa card and their money from Biafra liberation. This is not an old video. This is a video that is made now that Prime Minister is in detention. So when you start sending me or posting that nonsense from one Twitter handle, you say Ambazonian people are putting it, I will block you and I will block your generation. And your stupidity need to wake up from where you have been. Do you know the damages this very video here alone has caused to all of you that wanted to make donations to the Biafra liberation? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know the damages this video of this kind now have caused to the Biafra liberation? The Biafra liberation is not you that is crossing your leg on top of sofa and enjoying yourself, eating kwabi, eating one leg of chicken and turkey. The Biafra liberation is the Biafra liberation forces, the liberation army in the homeland who are in the bushes, sacrificing their lives and pleasure for you to get Biafra. That is the Biafra liberation. The Biafra liberation is not me that is talking here now. The liberation forces, those that are making the Biafra to have the name, are those in the bushes in the homeland. Then you hear this non-entity here talking and then telling you that those Biafra army, that they are criminals, they are kidnappers. And it's telling you also that you should go and remove your money from supporting the Biafra army, Biafra liberation. You should go and remove your money. Go and unsubscribe. Don't put your money again because it is a scam. Then when you see somebody write something on Twitter, you now go and start commenting. Then when you see the Biafra army now drop one video, which is meant for useless people like this, which is meant for the enemies of Biafra like this, which is meant for those that have distorted your brains and minds to go backward, to now make people to start seeing that what we are doing are irrelevant. Different defense forces will drop a video and then you will now go and start looking for explanation. You want to go and know who is Rose, who is not Rose, who is Butuzo, who is not Butuzo. What is your business there? Are you in the Defense Council? The video there is dropped for those that are concerned. This is for the idiots. The video was dropped for those that are concerned, those that have known the evil that they have committed against the Biafran Defense Forces. There are how you cook food to serve on the head and you set fire to serve on the head of the enemy that have come to kill your women and children. You leave them to go and use it to fight amongst themselves. Then you jump out somewhere. You see Amazonia account on Twitter, post something. You now come and look for Sonny to come and DM Sonny and say, Sonny, people should do this, people should do that. I said, I will block all of you if you continue. If you don't know how war is being fought, if you don't know what liberation and freedom is all about, the tactics and the methodology that needs to be used, the multidimensional approaches that need to be used, just go into your bedroom, lock yourself up. If you have money you want to give us, go and just drop the money through your Visa card. Then go inside your bedroom and sleep. Then allow the liberation forces to use the money to liberate you in the homeland. Don't come to make decisions for them. Any video you see the liberation forces drop online, do not go and find out the interpretation of the video. The video is not for you. The video is for the enemies of Biafra. Whether they say that the general commander is killing the second commander, or the second commander is killing the first commander, or the first commander is no more the commander, or the second commander is no more. It is not for you. The video is for the enemies of Biafra. I want everybody to cut this very part and circulate it. I'm addressing this nonsense so that none of you, nobody in the media team will now wake up any day and start going to analyze or ask questions about the interpretation of a video, a press memo that is released from the Biafra Defense Forces. Whichever way the video is released, leave it there. It is not for you. You know nothing about it. You don't understand the interpretation. It is not for you to understand. Those that the message is delivered to, they know the meaning of the message. You want to know Rose. You want to know Butuzo. You are all crazy. You don't understand what we are doing. That's why Oyendo said, it is not everything that we put out clean in the public. We only make out what you should know, and what you should not know will remain the way it is, because if we allow you to know everything, you will destroy it all overnight. Whichever way the message is released as a press from the Biafra Defense Forces, take it the way you hear it. You don't understand it? Yes, because it was not meant for you. Those that understand that message, they know why and how that message came that way. They understand the meaning, and then they will go and start fighting amongst themselves and to dig in to understand it better, because it is for them. But you cannot go and look for an idiot like this who made this kind of video castigating and destroying the reputation of the Biafra Defense Forces. When you see Biafra Defense Forces drop one video, which you are just supposed to share, make it to go viral. Oh, you come and start asking silly and stupid questions. I want everyone to cut this very part where I have addressed this issue. Cut it starting from where this idiot spoke against the Biafra Defense Forces. Then you cut the side that I just addressed this part here now. And then you circulate it. A short video. That's what I want everybody to do. To address this issue and this madness of you people going to interfere with the press releases and videos that the Biafra Defense Forces will release. Whether you hear that they release it and then they put my name inside, that I am a kidnapper or I am a criminal or I am a terrorist or I am this or that, to leave it there. It is for a purpose. Just share the video and walk past. If I like to address it, I will address it when I want. And when it is the right time. When it's not the right time, I will not address it. Don't make their work difficult for them. Your work in the media is just to make the thing go viral. Yes. The message is delivered, it is delivered. Chicken, huh? So, those of you sending me those messages of Ambazonia, suggestion, oh, infight, don't bring military into India and this and that. If you continue to send me those things, I will block you. I'll block your ass and block your generations. Because you are useless. If you were not useless, you would have sorted a solution out when an idiot like this one on the screen here now came out to come and call the same Biafra Defense Forces criminals and kidnappers. When you close your mouth, you did not do anything. I salute all Biafrans. We have to run up because time is not on our side. We long to see you all again. They will promote you again from here.
This is for the idiots you call Holy Ghost. That idiot talking rubbish. These are how you people tell us lies. So you have finished the terrorists. But go to our land. How many days? Enemy is not around. Look at how they fight people everywhere. Protecting their criminal enterprise. And you be going to everywhere.